Hey everybody, I'm Rick Walker. You're watching Auto Show News. At this year's Ottawa Gatineau International Auto Show, organizers are expecting a record number of electric vehicles to show up. Why? Well, that's because just about every mainstream auto manufacturer has made a big commitment to the production of electric vehicles. Tesla is no longer the only company capturing attention and not the only company in the spotlight. You can look at Hyundai, you can look at Audi, you can look at General Motors, you can look at Ford, Toyota, Nissan with the Leaf. They all have electric vehicles and they all have increased range. Just a couple of years ago, all of the companies were struggling just to produce a vehicle that had a range of about 100 kilometers, which was sort of the benchmark where manufacturers knew that if they could get a vehicle to travel about 100 kilometers on a single charge, whether it be a full electric or a hybrid electric, that is what would make the car practical. Well, now they have vehicles that will travel as far as 385 kilometers or more. And with government subsidies and tax incentives, the cars are actually affordable to the general public for the very first time. So electric cars are really coming into their own, and you'll see more of them at this year's Ottawa Gatineau International Auto Show. Now, recently we had an opportunity to test drive the Chevy Bolt, which is a full electric vehicle that is affordable. Here's our review. This is an all-electric car that gives Tesla a run for its money. The Bolt's 250-mile range is the main reason. Until now, if you wanted a car with this kind of range, you had to line up for a high-priced Tesla and shell out between $70,000 and $100,000. Now the Chevy Bolt is here. It's priced just about in line with conventional gasoline-powered vehicles when you take government purchase incentives into consideration. In Ontario, for instance, there are tax credits worth $14,000 on the table for Bolt buyers. So it has the range, but does it have the performance? The answer is yes. Okay, so we're going to slow it down here a little bit, and then we're going to go into we're going to hit it like we're going to pass somebody, okay? And watch what happens to the kilowatts, and just the whole instrument cluster is going to light up like a Christmas tree. Watch this. Like, wow. Look at the power. It just sucks that juice right up. And the acceleration is, like I said, instantaneous. There's just almost no lag, no hesitation. The Bolt has an electric motor that is equivalent to a 200 horsepower gasoline engine. There are some advantages with the electric motor too. It accelerates faster. There is virtually no delay or lag when you hit the accelerator. In fact, the Bolt will take you from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 6.8 seconds. Plus, there are no oil changes required with an electric motor. On the downside, it takes about 9 hours to charge fully using a level 2 charger. Where level 3 chargers are available, it takes about 4 hours to reach a full charge. You can charge partially with a level 3 charger. You get about 90 miles on a half-hour charge. The long charge times force you to think about and plan your trips carefully. More charging stations are being installed every day, but charging is still a big inconvenience compared to a gasoline-powered car. At least that's what we found. The Bolt is quiet mostly because there is no rumbling gasoline motor. The styling leaves a little to be desired. It seems car makers feel electric cars must look nerdy. And the Bolt does have a distinct electric car look. We drove the Bolt for a week and took it on some long trips. We are at the GM headquarters, and I'm about to drive this Chevy Bolt all-electric car. We're going to drive it all the way from here in Oshawa to London and then hopefully to Chatham, Ontario. And that's over 300 kilometers from here. And we're going to find out if this thing can actually go the distance. If you plan ahead, you can drive it anywhere, but even with the 250-mile range, we were always nervous, wondering if we would really make it to our destination. We always did, and over time you might get used to life with an electric car. Otherwise, it performs like any other car of its size. It's a cool little compact car that is priced like a midsize. You might save money on fuel. It might cost you more in the long run. It will all depend on the cost of electricity versus gasoline where you live. In Ontario, there are some public charging stations that allow you to charge completely free. No charge for the charging, zero. So is the Bolt worth it? Politics aside and based strictly on the numbers, it looks like an electric car might actually be a truly viable alternative for the very first time in history. And right now, in our opinion, it is Chevrolet with the Bolt that is leading the electric car market. Rick Walker, SST Car Show News. So while electric cars are still a source of, I guess, debate, they are gaining popularity, and the governments in all countries really are really pushing them. So you're going to see a lot more of them, and you will see more of them at this year's Ottawa Gatineau International Auto Show. We've been seeing more of them at all the auto shows we attend. We saw more of them in Detroit at the North American International Auto Show, in Toronto at the Canadian International Auto Show, and you'll see them March 21st to 24th at the Ottawa Gatineau International Auto Show at the Shaw Centre in downtown Ottawa. You can find out more at autoshowottawa.com. I'm Rick Walker. You're watching Auto Show News.